This is a little bit of a strengthening and stretching workout, especially for those of you who might be missing your regular contact with your teams, your workout partners, and even your PE and gym classes at school. So make sure that it's safe for you to do this practice, that you have some space around you. You don't really need anything other than yourself. So let's get started. First, place your feet on the ground, let your arms come to your side, and let yourself get as tall as you can so that you are using your core muscles, you're not slouching, your shoulders are over your hips, hands are nice and relaxed. Feel the feet pressing into the ground, and you can wear shoes or no shoes, totally up to you. Awesome. And then let's let the neck have a little bit of movement, dropping the ear towards the shoulder, not bringing the shoulder up, but keeping the shoulder down. And then gently, slowly let the chin come down towards the chest. Over to the other side. And once more, chin towards chest. To the side. And back up. We'll let the other ear get its second side stretch. And back up to center. Let's get a little bit of movement now into the shoulders. Breathe in, take the shoulders up. Breathe out, squeeze the shoulder blades towards the back of the spine and really slowly let them come back down. Inhale, bring the shoulders up, squeeze them towards the back and bring them back down again. One more time this direction. Inhaling up, squeezing the shoulders back down. Take a moment to rest. And then we'll go in the opposite direction. Back down. Inhaling part of the way, exhaling the other part of the way. Inhaling, exhaling. One more time. Inhaling, exhaling. Good. Now let's get a little movement to open through the front of the chest. Bring your arms up to about 90 degrees, or whatever feels comfortable for you. Try to keep the arms parallel to the floor and the elbows reaching away from you so they're not pulling in, but let it be comfortable, okay? And then we're gonna breathe in, inhaling, and we're going to expand the belly, the ribs, and the chest as we breathe in and bring the arms out to the side. And then we'll exhale as we bring them back in. So as you're doing this, inhaling, you're reaching, opening through the pecs. Exhale, bring them back in. Once more inhaling, hold this one for a moment. Try to keep the elbows at the 90-degree angle and the arms parallel to the floor. See if you can lift the heart up, maybe lift the face, the chin, and maybe start to get a little bit of a back bend here. Come back to center, let the arms come back down, bring the hands back. Awesome. Let's get a little bit of some circular motion through the spine. So we're gonna push the shoulders to one side, towards the front, other side, towards the back. Yeah, so we're just making some circles here. It might feel kind of silly, but that's okay. You're probably at home watching this and no one is watching you. Go the other direction. Trying to keep the lower body still and just moving through the upper body. Great. Then let's reach the arms up high. And we're gonna stretch the low back and the back of the legs. So keeping this nice long line that you have from the fingertips, elbow, shoulder to the hips, we're gonna start to bend forward. We're not trying to touch our toes and round our back, but trying to keep that nice straight line. Good. And at some points, you might put your hands on your thighs because that's as far as you can go. You might come all the way down and touch the floor, but that's not really what it's about. It's about finding the place where your back is still straight, you're stretching the back of the legs and strengthening the front parts of the legs that are working to hold you up here. See if you can just hold this pose and breathe. Expand through the belly as you breathe in. As you breathe out, draw the belly in. If you're folded all the way down, your legs might be giving you a little resistance here. That's okay, that's great. Breathing in, belly expands, breathing out. Now we're gonna start to slowly come up. You can bend your knees. Come on up. Awesome. Let's do this a couple of times. Breathing in, reaching up, exhaling, folding forward only to that place where it feels appropriate. You can put bend in your knees if you need to. And then breathing in, coming back up. Good. Take a pause. Breathe in. Exhale. Coming down. Maybe it's all the way to the floor. Maybe it's not. And inhale. Come back up. Pause. Breathing in once again. Up as high as you can. Exhale. Folding, folding, folding. And then this time, let's put some bend in our knees and maybe let the feet separate a little bit. Let the head dangle. Maybe you can grab a hold of the elbows and just hang here. See if it feels good to move side to side a little bit and explore so that you can find a spot where it's stretching on each side and hold that stretch. And eventually you'll go to the other side and hold that spot where you feel a stretch on that side. Nothing really right or wrong we're looking for here, just more of an exploring. And then maybe come back to the middle. You can let the hands come down to the floor. Maybe spread the feet apart a little bit and see where you can land. So now we're stretching the back of both legs. Just breathing. Good. From here, we're gonna make our way onto the ground into a plank. So I'm gonna turn back towards you and to the side a little bit. We want our wrist to be underneath the shoulders. Yeah, there we go. And if this doesn't feel good, you can come onto your forearm. You can also put your knees down. So there's a lot of different options here. The more of your body that's off the ground, the more strengthening this is going to be for you. So play around for a moment and find what your plank needs to look like right now. Engage the core, but keep breathing. Your breath is what gives you the oxygen to let your muscles work and hold these kinds of positions. If at any point you need a rest, and you need to put your knees down, go ahead. We're gonna get a little bit more core work going now. So we're gonna take one knee at a time, and when we breathe out, we're gonna bring the knee forward to the elbow or shoulder. Come back to the plank and try the other side. See if you can do maybe 3 to 5 on each side. Don't go fast. Let yourself go slow as you can. And if it gets difficult, that's okay. Take a break, take a rest. And maybe the next time you do it, you'll do more. Great job. Let the knees come down. Keep the hips up high. Let your arms reach out in front of you for a little bit of a stretch. So your fingers are walking away from you as you stretch the arms. Slide the fingers back. We're going to come into a little bit of lunge work. So bring the left foot forward. The back foot, the toes, are behind, tucked under. And first, we're just going to sit here for a moment, finding our balance, making sure our core is engaged. And we'll come back into a little bit of that breathing that we did before with our arms. So bringing your arms up in front of you. Inhale, open the arms up. Nice big breath in here. And then on an exhale, we're going to stretch, reaching the right arm up and over. The left hand can be on your hip, or maybe it's all the way down on the floor. But the goal here is to be balanced. Our left leg is strong and working here, and our side is stretching. And we'll come back to center. Beautiful. Place your hands on your hips or somewhere that feels balanced and steady for you. And we're going to press into the front foot and use the back leg to help us come up to a high lunge. If this doesn't feel okay, you can stay down on the lower lunge. Now we're going to pulse, coming back down and back up. Exhaling down, inhaling up, or whatever works for you. Do this about 3 to 5 times. I'll let you count. I'll let you decide how many of these you need. But then we're going to come back up and we're going to hold this, making sure that the front knee isn't beyond the ankle and that the back leg is still strong and engaged. So this is not a strong and engaged back leg. That's strong and engaged. This is a knee in a good position. This is too far forward. So keep holding this while I'm talking. You guys are doing awesome. Good job. If you want to make it a little more challenging, you can reach your arms up high. You can maybe add some movement here. Awesome. Bringing your hands back to your hips. Take the back heel and put it down. Spin it down onto the ground. We're going to stretch through some parts of our groin and hip here. Take the right hip and let it turn back. So if your hands are on your hips, your shoulders are turned. See if you can get a little deeper into this really strengthening position. And then we're going to turn our shoulders and our hips forward again. Good. And now we'll let the back heel come up. We're going to make a really big, strong movement. We're going to take the back foot, using the core, bringing it up and forward. Use your core, use your legs to help you hold this foot up. You can flex the foot, and if you like, extend, bring it back in, extend, bring it in, extend, bring it in. Keeping this leg strong, keeping the core strong. We're gonna hinge at the hip and balance. So you might keep your leg in tight and close, or you might extend it out behind you. You can keep your hands on your hips, or maybe reach them out in front of you. Here's a little hint. If you have a wall and you put your foot on the wall, it's a lot easier to hold. I say as I'm struggling to get into it. There we go, because you can press your foot into the wall. Awesome, you guys. Whenever you're ready, come on up. Let the foot come down. Take a second to catch your breath, especially if you've been talking this whole time. Let your exhales be nice and slow. That helps decrease the heart rate. Awesome. Heel toe the feet out a little bit. Reach your hands up high. If you like, you can interlace your fingers. We're going to bend at the knees and come down, down, down into a squat. A really, really low squat. You can have your hands wherever you like. This will really strengthen your arms more. Or if you push your elbows into your knees and open through the hips in this pose, you are working with some flexibility in some areas in our hips that get really, really tight, especially if you are an athlete in a forward moving sport like soccer or track, cross country, even football, basketball, all those things that just keep you running in a straight line. This can help you open through your hips. Beautiful. When you're ready, we'll put our hands down on the ground and come back into the plank that we started in. So your plank, whatever that looks like, knees down, forearms down, whatever you like. Your plank is a really nice place to strengthen the upper body, the core, even the legs. Right now, my quads are really engaged. wishing they weren't after all that work we just did on the left side. Another option here to get some more core work after we held that static plank, bringing the elbows forward. Sorry, not the elbows, those are knees. Knees forward. 3 to 5 times, whatever feels good for you. At some point, dropping the knees, and we'll stretch the arms a little bit. This time we'll do it a little differently, taking the right arm underneath the left and dropping the shoulder all the way to the ground, or however far it will let you go today. Hanging out there just for a moment. Keep your hips pressing towards the right side so that you can really get into the shoulder blade. Come on up, and we'll do the other side, this time dropping the left arm under the right, letting the shoulder come down as far as it wants to. And as you're in this side, keeping the hips pressing towards the left, that can really help you get into this place in your upper back that can get super tight. And the more you work on really nice full breathing, that can really help that tightness we get in the upper back. So keep breathing here. Come on up, and we'll come to our lunge on the right side. So the right foot's in front, or whichever one you didn't do before. Try to see if your hips are even. Like my right hip is really trying to come up right now. I'm gonna press it down, remind it where it belongs. Good. Knee over ankle, not too far forward. Awesome. Let's do a little bit of the opening up across the front of the body, bringing the arms up. Inhaling, opening up, maybe lifting the heart, looking up a little bit. And bringing your hands back together, down. Then we'll take the left arm, bring it up as high as we can. Right hand can be on the hip or maybe onto the floor as you start to bend at the side. The front leg is strengthening, the side waist is lengthening. And back to center. Put your hands on your hips. You can stay here, or if you're ready, we'll tuck the back toe under, press the front foot into the ground, use your core to help you come up into a high lunge. Hold this for a moment, again, adjusting your hips, the pelvis, making sure everything feels okay, engaging the back leg, keeping that nice and strong. Holding here for a moment. And then we'll get a little pulsing in here. Coming down and back up. Down and up. 3 to 5 times. If you remember what you did on the other side, that's great. If this side needs something different, that's fine too. When you come up from your last one, spin the back heel down and let the hips twist towards the left side, keeping the bend in the front leg. You can even ask this right leg to go more towards the pinky toe side of the right foot to help open through the groin. And then we'll come, keeping the foot down, back to the front with the hips. And if you want to play around with this and try it a couple more times, just feeling that shift, feeling the changes that happen in your legs. Then we'll lift the back heel up. Scooch back a little bit here. Lift the back heel up. So we're back in the lunge. We're going to come into that really big movement, pressing the front leg into the ground, using the core and preparing to use the quads. We're going to bring that foot up. Maybe it flows up all the way. Maybe it takes a couple little tries. Either way, it's fine. Just notice what it took to get there. Now maybe you can keep your core strong, your quads strong, and extend the foot. This is really great because on one leg, we're trying to lengthen muscles, and on the other leg, we are strengthening. Play with that for as long as you want. The next part, I think, is really fun, where we hinge at the hips. There you go. And you can put your hands wherever you like. Some people like them right underneath. Some people like to extend them out for extra challenge. Some people like to fly. Maybe the leg comes out long too. And remember, you can press your foot into the wall. See if you can get the length right there. And you can practice holding it here too. Keep pressing the foot into the ground. Keep breathing. This is tough work. Your right leg is doing a lot here. Keep breathing and giving it the oxygen that it needs. Let the foot come down. Reach up, nice and tall. Big breath in. One side, get a nice stretch. Back to center. Other side, nice stretch. Back to center. And now gently folding down, putting as much bend in your knees as you need to. Just hanging out here for a moment to help undo all that stuff that we just did to our legs. And we'll make our way down to the floor for a little bit of floor stretching here. If you have a foam roller, this is a really nice way to use your foam roller. You can put it underneath your legs. I like to do it like this because it makes me get a little more upper body workout, where you can do one at a time. But if you don't have a foam roller, we can stretch these out the nice old-fashioned way, sitting up really, really tall. I like to reach my arms up to remind me about that nice flat back. Exhale, start to fold forward. And when you feel like you want to round your back, that's where you stop and let your hands come down and go as far as you can, right to that edge where you feel the stretch. Nothing is sharp or painful. You're just enjoying the feeling and the stretch. Might even be able to close your eyes. You come down all the way, that's great, but only if that's what your body needs. Come on back up. Take the right leg, bend it, cross the leg over the left, pull the knee in as close as you can to the chest, sit up really tall, wrap your left arm around. See if you can feel this in your glutes. You might even be able to turn towards the right. Maybe not. Either way, it's okay. We'll release the twist. Take the foot to the inside of the left leg. Let the knee come down. And we'll do the same thing. Sitting up tall, folding forward. Wherever you land, it's absolutely okay. Think about getting your chin to your shin rather than your nose to your knee, because that helps you keep the back more straight and gets you deeper into your stretch. And come on up. We'll do the other side. Right leg out long, left foot in, cross the foot over the leg, draw the knee in as tight as you can, wrap the right arm around the left leg, sit up tall, and make your twist. Noticing where you feel the stretch. Imagine that you're taking your breath right to the place where you feel the stretch so that those muscles can get the gas exchange that they need to have so that you can release the things that cause the soreness and stiffness. Back to center. Bring the foot inside the thigh. Again, sitting up tall, bending forward, thinking about reaching the chin forward so that the back stays more straight, then rounded like this. Because if you do this, you do get down further, but you're not getting as much as you can out of the stretch. Keep the right foot flexed. I'm grabbing onto my shoelaces to help me a little resistance as I fold down. Keep breathing and noticing what you feel. And come on back up. Let the soles of the feet come together into butterfly, something you've probably been doing since you were a little kid. You can stay here with your back up straight, or I like to try to bring my elbows down to my knees and bend forward so I can put some weight here and open up to these hip flexors. See if you can stay in this for a couple of breaths. Again, noticing what you feel. If you are in one of those forward moving sports, time in these kinds of positions can be really beneficial. So that if you're on the field, on the court in a game, and you have a fast, sudden movement to make, your body's been here before, and it knows how to be in this position without hurting itself. Beautiful. Stay here longer. Or if you're ready, come on up. Let the knees draw together. We're going to lie on our back. Let the knees fold inward, not inward, so the feet are out wider, like that. And now you can just rest. If you keep your hands on your belly, think about breathing in, letting the belly expand. Breathing out, slowly letting the belly fall. Breathing in, the belly expands. Breathing out, the belly falls. You can stay here for as long as you like. Or one other final option. Find a wall, put your legs on the wall, or if you have a chair or a sofa, you can let the knees bend and put the back of the calves on that piece of furniture. This is really nice to release and relax a lot of the muscles that we worked today. So you can stay here for as long as you like. Thanks for taking some time to do this little workout. I hope that if you are missing your regular athletics and your regular interactions with your friends, that this is helpful to you. So thanks so much and have a great day.